Hello, you're welcome to Maths Clinic series. My name is Evans Ode. In this lesson, we are looking at logarithms. Logarithm. What is logarithms? What is it about? In this video, I'm going to help you to understand what is the real meaning of the word logarithms. And we are going to have series of videos on logarithms. So the first is going to be the definition. Now remember, this is not a movie to watch, it's a lesson. So get your calculators, get your notebook and your pen, get a comfortable place to sit, and let's learn this. To understand logarithm in general and solve questions as far as senior high school curriculum is concerned, you need to understand three most important keys. And the first one is the definition of logarithm. So that is what we are going to do today. In our next video, we'll be looking at other aspects of logarithm. And then another thing that you need to understand so well is the laws of logarithm. And finally, you need to understand the properties of logarithm. If you're able to build this three key definition or three key facts, you will be able to understand so many aspects of logarithm, right? So again, what then is logarithm? Okay, now logarithm answers a question. That is all. Yeah. So if I say or in the simplest form, I would say, how many of one number do we multiply to get another number? If I ask you this question, the answer you give me is what logarithm is all about. How many of one number do we multiply to get another number? For instance, if I say, how many 2's do we multiply to get 16? How many 2's do we multiply to get 16? The answer would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 give you 16. What it means is that you need to multiply 4 of the 2's to get 16. So in the simplest way, we will say that the logarithm is 4. That means how many ways can we multiply 2 to get 16? And the answer is 4. So we can say log 16 base 2, because I'm asking how many of these 2 will I multiply to get 16. So the log of 16 base 2 is 4. That is simple. That is all about logarithm. Okay, and so I can just say 16 is equals to 2 exponent 4. As simple as that. So how many ways can we multiply 2 to get 16? And the answer is 4. So the log of 16 base 2 is simply 4. Okay, good. Now, if we look at it again like this, we say the 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 4 times. I can multiply 2 to get 16. So the 2 becomes our base. The 16 is the augment or the main log. And then this 4, which comes as an exponent in terms of indices, becomes the answer to this log. Okay, now when I ask you another question, what is the value of 243 or log 243 base 3? What is the value of this? Log 243 base 3. That means I'm asking you a simple question. How many times will I multiply this 3 to get this value? And that answer becomes the log. Okay, and so I just ask you a simple question. How many 3's need to multiply to get 243? And the answer is 5 times. We can multiply 3 5 times, and so we can write the log of 243 base 3 is 5, because we can relate that how many times you can multiply 3 to get 243 is 5 times. Now we see that logarithm and indices are like they are friends. They are the reverse of each other. So this is an indices. That means if I multiply 3 5 times, I get this value. And so the log of that value of the base is equals to the 5 here. So like we said, indices and logarithm relate. Okay, and so in indices, if I have 8 is equals to 2 to the power 3 or 2 exponent 3, The 2 is the base, the 3 is the exponent. When I relate it in terms of log, the base 2 in indices here still become the base of the logarithm. And then the 8 here is the main log, and the 3 exponent here becomes the answer to the question that has been asked: how many times I'll multiply 2 to get 8? And that is the relationship between indices and logarithms. So in general, what is logarithm? In general, by definition of logarithm, we are saying that if I have log b base a equals n, simply means b is equals to a raised to the power n. That is simple. So if you remember this, you can solve so many questions in logarithm. For example, if I tell you what is log 232, all you need to do is that you don't know the value. So let me assume that the value is something like x. I don't know, so I want to say x. Now, by this definition that we have here, I can write 32 to be equal to 2 exponent x by this definition. Now, in indices, I can change 32 to indices as 2 exponent 5, which is equal to still 2 exponent x. And from our indices lesson, if we have indices and other indices with equal sign in between them and the bases are the same, we always equate exponents. So we can say our x is equals to 5, which means the value of log 32 base 2 is 5. As simple as that, right? Again, if I give you this and I say, what is the value of 16? And I don't know the answer to be 4, I can just say 16 is 2 exponent something, or here I would just say 4. Okay, that's the relationship, right? Good. Again, here too, log 125 base 5 is equal to 3 simply means 125 is equal to the base to the power 3. And this is very, very important. Okay. Okay, let's take the last example and see. So it means again that if I give you this equation and I said log 4x minus 1 all to the base of 2 is equal to 3, find the value of x. You see, I've not done so much in logarithm, but at least with the definition of logarithm, I can solve this equation in log. All I need to do is just to bring this whole number here, which is 4x minus 1, okay, is equal to 2 exponent 3. Now, I can easily solve this question without struggling, because once I've been able to remove the logarithm from the whole thing and I have my equation in the form of indices, I just say 4x minus 1 is equals to 2 to the power 3. I know that is going to be 8. In this particular instance, I can find my value of the x by just grouping like terms, okay, grouping like terms and dividing both sides by that. I'm sure this has really helped you to understand what is logarithm. In our next video, we'll be looking at why is it so important to study this topic in senior high school. Watch out for the next one. Stay blessed.